What if I told you you could have the best rest of your life? Would you want it? I mean, better rest than eating your favorite food. Better rest than binge watching your favorite TV show or even sending the kids off for a weekend so you have all the time to yourself. I mean, better rest than sleeping in on the weekend. Would you want that rest? Of course you would. Everybody wants the best rest possible. That's why we spend so much money on beds and massages and all these different things to bring us rest. But it never really seems to work. You say, well, Chris, the perfect rest doesn't exist. I've tried. I've done everything. What if I said there's something that you can do that promises perfect rest? In Psalm chapter 62, God gives us a layout of where rest can really be found. And it says this in verse 1. My soul finds rest in God alone. My salvation comes from him. He alone is my rock and my salvation. He is my fortress. I will never be shaken. See, real rest, true rest that can never be shaken no matter what happens in our life is only found in God. See, for many of us, we'll look externally for our rest. We'll take vacation. We'll go and we'll hang out with friends. We'll buy this new thing. And man, that gives peace, that gives rest, but it's temporary. It doesn't last forever. Only God promises that even in the craziness of life, he is our fortress and we will never be shaken. So the question for you today is where do you find your rest? It's an honest question that we have to ask all of ourselves, including me. Where do we find rest? Is it in the things or the people or your job? Or is it really genuinely found in God? Because until we're honest with ourselves and recognizing where our rest comes from, we will always be distracted. Our souls will always be unrested and unsettled. It has to be found in God. So the question for you this week is, man, how can you really find rest in him? Is it just consistently spending time with God every day? Maybe for you, you've been holding on to something that you just can't trust anyone with, but maybe it's time to give control and trust over to God so you can find rest in him. Because here's the beauty of this, is that when we take true rest into God, our soul's at peace, and here's the beauty, here's our fortress, and we will never be shaken. That's the promise that God has